Liv Morgan has shared her thoughts on the flirtation between Dominik Mysterio and a female WWE performer. At the moment, Liv Morgan is not working for the WWE. After landing a Hollywood assignment, the women's tag team champion was written off television. The plot of the Judgment Day has undergone significant changes while she has been away. Roxanne Perez was introduced to the faction by Finn Baylor on WWE Raw this week. Fans with keen eyes have noticed Baylor and Perez having private backstage chats in recent weeks. This raised the possibility that she was a member of the Raw faction. The former Universal Champion acknowledged that Perez was not formally a member of the Judgment Day when he introduced him to the group. She was there to support the faction when it needed it, Baylor disclosed. The former NXT Women's Champion gave Dominik Mysterio a gift during the segment. There were chicken tenders in the box. Fans therefore think that Dirty Dom and Morgan may soon start a romantic plot. Surprisingly, Morgan enjoyed Dominik's Instagram post about the prodigy's gift in the midst of everything. This suggests that Morgan appears to have faith in her on-screen partner and anticipates his loyalty to her. However, Dominik has a history of betraying those close to him, such with his ex-partner Rhea Ripley and father Rey Mysterio. Prior to leaving mommy for the Miracle Kid at SummerSlam last year, Dirty Dom was devoted to her. The plot's development over the next few weeks will be fascinating to see. After Perez enters the faction's plot, will Liv Morgan have faith in Dominik Mysterio? Fans will have to wait to find out. When Liv Morgan will return to the Stamford-based organization remains a mystery to the WWE Universe. The most recent reports indicate that Morgan will be returning shortly. According to reports, Morgan has completed filming the upcoming film. According to reports, the women's tag team champion was regarded as a natural performer on the movie sets and astonished many with her performance. For the 30-year-old star, this is only wonderful news. Since Morgan is a champion on Raw, it is anticipated that she will participate in a major plot when she arrives. On WWE Raw, however, Finn Baylor and Dominik Mysterio are both members of the Judgment Day faction. But during the past few months, animosity appears to be building between the guys. Dirty Dom was not pleased when Finn Baylor accepted Roxanne Perez into the group, even during the most recent edition of the Red brand. When it comes to adding new members to the stable, the Intercontinental Champion said that they should first heed Liv Morgan's advice. There is a good likelihood that Baylor will challenge Dominik to a match for the Intercontinental title in the upcoming months, given the apparent escalation of emotions. It's possible that 47-year-old wrestling veteran AJ Styles may support Baylor and assist him become the new Intercontinental Champion if this occurs. More recently, the Phenomenal One was included to the plot of the Judgment Day. This occurred when Styles announced his plan to run for the Intercontinental Championship against Dominik Mysterio. As a result, the former members of the Bullet Club faced off, and Styles won. After Dominik Mysterio won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, Finn Baylor was not at all happy. Numerous people have conjectured that the Prince will eventually turn against the faction and expel Morgan and Mysterio. It appears that Baylor's introduction of Perez on the most recent Raw show sowed the seeds for this betrayal. He might be planning a reunion with AJ Styles right now in an attempt to turn the tide against Mysterio. For those who do not know, the 47-year-old Styles and the Prince were members of the Bullet Club while they were in NJPW. But there would be severe repercussions after Roxanne Perez entered the Judgment Day clubhouse and attempted to side with Liv Morgan's boyfriend Dominik Mysterio. Liv Morgan is currently filming in Japan, therefore Roxanne Perez's move might change the course of the present plot. But there may be a cost for Perez. Judgment Day has been seen as a close-knit family. Given the closeness between Liv and Dominik Mysterio, it could not be warmly received if Roxanne invades their personal space. The idea that Perez will take Liv's place has already been raised by his arrival in their clubhouse. Both behind the scenes and in front of the cameras, that kind of move causes a great deal of anxiety. There could be chaos if Liv comes back and someone else tries to replace her. Perez might wind up on the wrong side of Judgment Day, so she might not just have to deal with Liv's ire. She could have to deal with some repercussions before that rivalry blows up completely. Liv Morgan pulls strings from behind and hasn't always been interested in taking action. Liv, who who was closest to Dominik Mysterio, would not tolerate Roxanne Perez's antics. She can use a different approach rather than getting physical. After a brief backstage encounter with Adam Pearce, Roxanne Perez might be discreetly kicked out of Raw. It would be obvious that Liv would not share her spotlight, regardless of whether she was transferred to SmackDown or returned to NXT. It would demonstrate Morgan's deep-seated power without her entering the ring, which would be a tactless but silent move. Liv maintains control thanks to this strategy, demonstrating her true dominance within the red brand. Roxanne is given the opportunity to recover never again interim before the Judgment Day locker room if she wanted to send Roxanne Perez a strong message. A backstage altercation might swiftly degenerate into violence once Liv rejoins Raw, with Liv launching an unexpected assault. Roxanne might be laid out in a vicious altercation behind the scenes, necessitating the intervention of authority. To give Liv the advantage without ever having to face her in the ring, a kayfabe injury angle would be the ideal way to write her off TV for a few weeks. This would serve as a strong warning to the other members of the locker room in addition to preserving Liv's position within the group. Uninvited guests are not welcome on Judgment Day, and anyone attempting to replace Liv would face repercussions for her return. Liv's move would make her dangerously unpredictable and fiercely strong. In addition to sending Roxanne packing, it would serve as a reminder to everyone in the locker room that Judgment Day isn't a revolving door and that, in particular, Dominik Mysterio isn't someone who should be played with. Liv Morgan might use her Judgment Day influence to defeat Roxanne Perez if she wanted to humiliate her before eliminating her. Liv Morgan might subtly punish Raquel Rodriguez by setting up a one-on-one battle with her watching from the ringside. With a swift and commanding squash, Roxanne Perez would lose her momentum and confidence in a one blow. Liv might not stop there, though. By scheduling Roxanne to play Raquel and herself in a 2-on-1 handicap match, she might push things even farther. This places Roxanne in a difficult situation and allows the women's division to go new paths. Fans will have to wait and see what WWE has in store for Liv, Roxanne, and the turmoil surrounding Judgment Day for the time being. But last year, Liv Morgan joined the Judgment Day, a famous group on WWE Raw. In addition to stealing Dominik Mysterio from Rhea Ripley, the 30-year-old enjoyed a successful run as the Women's World Champion until the Eradicator defeated her in the January 6, 2025 edition of the Red Brand. On Raw, Finn Baylor and Liv Morgan appear to have been engaged in a power battle for months. Baylor is probably envious of Dominik Mysterio's victory in the Intercontinental Championship and wants everyone in the group to pay attention to him. When Morgan returns to the company, she might confront Baylor after deciding she's had enough of the drama of the Judgment Day. If most of the gang agrees with Baylor, the altercation could result in her being expelled. The power couple in the WWE, Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio, are well-liked by wrestling fans. Once frequently jeered by the crowd, Mysterio received a thunderous applause when he won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. In the next weeks, WWE may decide to remove Liv Morgan and Dominik Mysterio from the Judgment Day. They may choose to leave the group behind on Raw since they are now so famous that they don't need the faction. In 2024, Liv Morgan had the best year of her career and shown that she could be a successful singles artist. Getting the Women's Tag Team Champion booted out of the Judgment Day would be a wonderful way for the company to transform her into a babyface. The 23-year-old Raquel Rodriguez might become friends with Roxanne Perez and take Morgan's spot as the Women's Tag Team Champion. Following WrestleMania 41, Rodriguez and Liv won the Women's Tag Team Championship on Raw for the 4th time. Fans may feel sorry for Morgan if WWE books her to be expelled from the faction. She might end up becoming one of the biggest babyfaces in the women's division as a result of this. But one of the most well-known personalities in professional wrestling is Liv Morgan. She has achieved a number of remarkable feats during her amazing journey with WWE. The former Women's World Champion, however, is more than simply a phenomenon in the ring. Her notoriety has now allowed her to pursue opportunities in the movie business. To work on a project, Liv even traveled to Tokyo lately. The Miracle Kid is preparing for her comeback after filming for the film was completed just last week. How does the 30-year-old intend to rejoin the WWE, then? Morgan can rejoin WWE in the following 3 ways. Liv Morgan might go back with Lana, her ex-partner, and carry on working with the Judgment Day. In the latter case, her husband might possibly be involved. Although Rusev recently returned to the WWE, Lana hasn't yet been spotted there. Upon her long-awaited return in 2019, Morgan reunited with the ravishing Russian. During the 39-year-old's wedding to Bobby Lashley, Liv revealed her relationship with Lana. We may see Lana on screen now that she has signed a contract with the Stamford-based promotion. Additionally, once she assumes the position of group manager, she might convince her spouse to join her. Finn Balor's exit from the Judgment Day may be hinted to by Liv Morgan and Lana's return to WWE Raw. She might cause trouble and convince the others to bring Rusev in and expel the prince. The group is becoming heated, particularly between Dominik Mysterio and Baylor. Despite the fact that the faction has decided not to have a leader, the Irish star is attempting to assume leadership. Morgan might have something to say when she returns to Raw, but Baylor has been trying lately to get Roxanne Perez involved with the group. If the former Universal Champion and her stablemate disagree, the former Women's World Champion may leave the group. Finn Balor revealed on the latest edition of WWE Raw that he implemented Dominik Mysterio's recommendation to add new talent to the Judgment Day and unveiled Roxanne Perez, the Red brand's newest acquisition. It appears that something was going on because Finn and Perez had been seen conversing in the background during backstage scenes lately. Everything became clear this week. Perez arrived with a few gifts for the staff that were tailored to their individual preferences. However, not everyone was in agreement. Raquel Rodriguez and Dirty Dom expressed their worries that Liv Morgan might not be amenable to it. Baylor immediately clarified that Perez was not yet a full member. Perhaps that yet will never occur. Morgan might take exception at Baylor's behavior when she gets back and confront the Irishman for trying to include Roxanne in the group without first getting permission. The 30-year-old may be expressing that the Judgment Day is okay just the way it is if she attacks Perez without warning. Hello, dear viewers, greetings from my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I'm Lima. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.